What's up everyone? The Rules here, back again with another awesome video. And this video brought to you by Halloween Pumpkin. Damn, this motherfucker is 100 in my head. And do some head exercises too. Anyway guys, this video again for, her name is 3333 Sweetie, and she's an Asian woman. So she was basically asking some very interesting question, in my opinion weird. She made the claim she thinks that Russian men are more promiscuous. And I said that from my experience it's the opposite way. So I'm gonna share the light on that part of Russian culture, you know. It's pretty interesting subject in my opinion. I would say that the reason why like Russian men are actually more faithful than American men, because you know, if you watch Russian movies, right, there is not too much of that, you know, promiscuity in the movies. There's always like one man, he likes one woman, there is some adventure, just like in American movies. There is more like a culture in Russia, if you will. Yeah, Russian people may be a little bit more rude, but I cannot talk about every Russian man because I don't know. But I think actually Russian people, they are less promiscuous than American men or African men. What she was talking about in the comment, she was probably more referring to African men, because that's what I heard. So, that African men are kind of more promiscuous. Russian men, not really. I have some friends in Russia, I don't really talk to them that much, but I know they are married and stuff. Now, relationship in Russia a little bit more different, because like I said, in America we have all this no sex before marriage bullshit. We have like on one hand this Christian, ultra religious people, on the other hand we have all these people who fuck everything that moves. It's not quite like that in Russia, like, it's more like serial monogamy. I mean, I wouldn't say in Russia, it's also in people whom I'm dealing with, because I know some Americans who feel the same way too. Now, she said that in Russia we don't have the word foreplay. Well, first of all, the term foreplay, it's American term, and in Russia we have different structure of the language. And I don't know, maybe we don't have certain words because Russian people, they are not, I don't know why, but I would say that Russian people, they're not so not inclined, but I would say they're not too obsessed about like sex. Like American people, they're all about family, sex, like you know, they see them on Facebook putting up pictures of the family, they're talking about sex, they're talking about gay people. All of that stuff is not as important in Russia, okay? Like things which people in America talk about in Russia, it just, people just don't put it so much emphasis on the same subject, okay? Like for example, like in Russia we have religious people, we have family-oriented people, but people are kind of not talking about it. Most Russian people, they like to talk about more like a philosophical deep stuff, if you will. And they just communicate differently, like, hey, how you doing? They just kind of don't talk about sex as much as Americans do, or religion. In fact, my mom actually taught me never to discuss religion anyway. I still do it because it kind of fits me. I don't do some things which, you know, I still do some things which in Russian culture may be inappropriate either. Well, like for example, asking people for gifts or things like that, that's like impolite in Russia, but or telling people like, get me this or that, you know, that's impolite, but I don't, it's my nature, I don't like surprises, that thing, for example. So I mean, I'm not the best Russian person either, but there are certain things which I can identify myself as, I'm from the Russian culture again. I'm not talking about ethnicity, I'm mostly Jewish, but I'm mixed, I consider myself mixed. Even though my mom is not happy with it, because you know, Jewish people all about purity of Jewish ethnic group. But fuck it all, I don't give a fuck. Based on my experience, I can say about Russian men, they're more faithful. Because it's probably about the American culture. Like I said, sex is more important, and it's like you take everything from life, and people just kind of, they just kind of not as serious about life, and they thinking, look, I'm a man, I'm a pimp, I can fuck any bitch, and they don't care, and they just fuck anything, and women like it, but then they being cheated on, and because women are more monogamous, they get offended, they get upset, it goes all that shit. In Russia, man, they just more serious about life. That's why they don't do it like that. I think. That's why they're kind of more, I like one woman till I like you, I'm gonna date you. When I lose the interest, hey, let's break up. That's why it's less weirdness. Besides, in Russia, like people, like here, people don't believe in, for example, friendship between man and woman. Well, not all people, but Russia's not like that, people just hanging out, they're kind of cool. They're not as sensitive as here, because you American people are sensitive. But that's just the best answer I can give you, I guess, about American men versus Russian men. Like I said, in my opinion, Russian men are actually less promiscuous than American men or African men, but depends on people. Like I said, Russian people, they have more morals, they are more kind of deep, they're less materialistic. That's kind of, it's a little different culture. That's why I think that Russian men, not all Russian men, some Russian men cheat, I'm not saying it's everywhere, but since they're not all about sex, they're not thinking like that, then they're probably more faithful, and that's what I see. Like, I know my friends in Russia, like girlfriends whom I have, they have boyfriends or whatever, and I never met any Russian girl in Russia from whom I know who was complaining about Russian men being cheaters and doing like, fucking every woman they can get. I never heard anything like that when I was in Russia. Now I know people are breaking up and then moving on to the next woman, then they were done with the relationship. But like people cheating and people breaking up because of that, I'm not sure. I don't think it's very common in Russia. Like, I mean, I heard that people think that way, but I don't think that's like the main theme of Russian culture. I mean, maybe there are people like that, but in my surrounding, my mom's surrounding, from where I was growing up there, it was not that common. So that's all I can tell you. But like I said, I'm not the most knowledgeable person. I don't think it was common based on what I know and how people are in Russia. So it's not true at all. Yeah, that's about it. Again, I hope it answers your question. And for everybody else, I hope you learned something new about Russia. All the best to you guys later.